Once upon a time, there was a man who was stingy. No one could pluck a dime from him. People called him Iron Rooster behind his back. He has a pear tree in his yard. This year the harvest was plentiful. One day, he picked all the pears, filled a cart, and pushed it to the market to sell. The market was bustling with people. The Iron Rooster found a suitable place to stop, then started shouting for customers. The pears are juicy, thin-skinned, and sweet. Many people want to buy, but his prices are also very high, and he won't sell for even a penny less. Many people picked up the pears to take a look, and when they asked for the price, they shook their heads and walked away. At this time, a Taoist priest in rags and tatters stopped at the cart. It seemed that he had traveled a long journey. Thirsty and tired, he begged Iron Rooster for a pear. The Iron Rooster glared at him. "Get out of the way! Look at how dirty you are! Who is going to buy pears here? Go away! Get out of here!" The Taoist priest bowed his head humbly and said, "In the cart there are no less than a few hundred pears, and I only beg you for one, which is not a big loss to you. Why are you cursing at me?" Seeing that he did not leave, Iron Rooster cursed even more fiercely. Someone advised Iron Rooster, "It's not easy to become a priest. Pick a small one for him, and let him go." But Iron Rooster refused to do so. The market manager saw many people gathering around the stand. It was getting noisy. To calm the crowd, he took out some money to buy a pear for the Taoist priest. The Taoist priest thanked him and said to the crowd, "I also have good pears. I will invite you all to taste them later." Everyone was puzzled and said, "Since you have pears, why beg others?" The Taoist priest said, "This pear is particularly sweet, and I must use the core of this pear for seeds." As he spoke, he led everyone to an open space not far from the cart. The Taoist priest ate the pear, spit out the pit in his hand. He took off a small shovel from his backpack, dug a hole in the ground, and put the pear pit in. He covered the hole with soil, and then begged people for water. He said that as long as it is watered, the tree can grow immediately. There was a naughty young lad who went to the nearby tea house and brought a pot of boiling water. He thought to himself, "No matter what great ability you have, try this and see what will happen." The Taoist priest took the boiling water and poured it in just like that. At this time, the people in the market all came to watch the fun. They surrounded the Taoist like packed sardines. Huh. Really strange. In front of everyone, the ground actually bulged, split, and from which came out a delicate yellow-colored seedling. As soon as the sapling emerged from the soil, it stretched its arms and legs, then branched out and started growing leaves. In the blink of an eye, it actually grew into a big pear tree with lush branches and leaves. Then the buds come out, and flowers bloomed. After that the flowers fell, and out came fruits. All of a sudden, the branches were covered with huge sweet pears, which seemed to be better than those sold by the Iron Rooster. The people around were all stunned. The Taoist priest went under the tree, picked pears, and handed them out to the people around. Shortly, all the pears were gone. Afterwards, the Taoist priest took the shovel and chopped down the tree. It took him a while to cut it, and then he put the trunk on his shoulder, said goodbye to everyone, and went away leisurely. Iron Rooster, also in the crowd, was too busy craning his neck to watch, and had forgotten to take care of his own pears. He thought to himself, "The poor old man is really good at it. If I know how to do it, then I would make a big fortune." The crowd gradually dispersed, like they've just woken from a dream. Iron Rooster also returned to his cart. "Oh my God! Where are my pears?" There was a whole carload of pears, but not a single pear could be seen now. Only then did the Iron Rooster realize that the Taoist priest just fooled them all. The pears he gave to everyone was actually Iron Rooster's own. When has Iron Rooster suffered such a loss? Sadness and resentment brewed in his heart. But the pears were gone, and he had no choice but to pack up and to go home. Why is the handlebar missing? He lowered his head and took a closer look. The handle was freshly cut off. "Who cut my handlebar? It must be old man's fault. I can't spare him." Iron Rooster hurriedly chased in the direction the old man went. Just around the corner, he saw the broken handlebar lying at the base of the wall. It turned out that the tree the Taoist cut down was actually his handlebar. And the old man has long since disappeared. The stingy Iron Rooster had no choice but to push up his broken cart and go home, bearing the sneering laughter of the whole market.